Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and share with you guys some of the sites and that I use a little bit in my work when I write about football and just stuff that I follow in general. Um, for those of you who are fans of football, I'm sure you'll enjoy some of these and maybe you'll see something that you haven't noticed before. For those who aren't big into football or big into sports, I apologize in advance because this is going to deal a lot with sports. So we'll start here with TweetDeck, which is kind of a more in-depth version of Twitter, really. Obviously, like I said, I'm big on Twitter, and my handle is at Bill_Rossetti, RICCETTE. So, which you can actually see right there. So if you want to go ahead and follow me, go ahead. Just be forewarned that I tweet a lot about sports, so I may fill your timeline a little bit. But yeah, the nice thing about TweetDeck here is you don't have to wait for the tweets to come through. Like normally, if you're just on Twitter, it'll say, a little box will come up on the top and it'll say like 1 new tweet, 5 new tweets, whatnot as they load up. As you can see here, this is real-time feed. It just constantly scrolls as they tweet. It just shows up right there. And it's great. You could, like I said, it's, as soon as they tweet it, you can almost reply right away. The downside is, if I catch a tweet that I like or a link that I want to click on, sometimes the feed goes too quick, and I'd have to kind of scroll through to try and find the tweet before it gets lost in the shuffle. So, but that's really the only downside of it. Otherwise, I love TweetDeck. Another nice way is, as you can see, I have it broken down into columns. You could build columns and kind of separate everything to make it easier for you to find. Like here I have the notifications, and these first 3 are kind of the default columns when you do download TweetDeck. Your home, then you have notifications, which is all your mentions, and then you'll see when people follow you, you'll see when people retweet one of your tweets or favorite one of your tweets. So it certainly makes it easier when you're in a conversation with someone. You can see right away when they tweet back at you. Then I have my messages. Again, an easy way to just go right in and message someone. So I have them all right here. So as you can see, they still have messages from over a year ago. Even some that are almost 2 years old. Wow. But so yeah, that's nice. And then a couple other columns, like this one here is, as you can see, ESPN NFL Nation. So it's a lot of the NFL writers on ESPN. So I have them in their own columns. I could just see what they're tweeting about, kind of get a take of all the teams. Like, here, Nick Wagoner, he's the Rams writer for ESPN. Mike Triplett covers the Saints. Pat McManaman covers the Browns, so on and so forth. So, and then I have a couple others, like here, college basketball, different college basketball writers. I follow John Rothstein, Jeff Barzell, Jeff Goodman. Beat Reporters is actually a list one of the guys I follow actually created, but it's still nice. You could still follow all the teams and see what's going on. User Smart Football, that's just a column I created to kind of see all the tweets from Chris Brown, who, if some of you are familiar with his work at smartfootball.com and wrote The Essential Smart Football. And if you are, you may not have known that he has a second book out now called The Art of Smart Football, a book that I'm certainly hoping to get very soon. And then, column I have here, Football Guys, and then a column of a bunch of the Eagles beat writers like Jeff McClain, Jeff Mosher, Les Bowen, a lot of the guys. So it's real nice to kind of separate everything, and it's just a better way for me to be on Twitter. So it's real nice. Another site that I certainly use a lot is this one called rlads.com. Now, rlads is certainly a so this is rlads.com, and the nice thing about rlads here is you can see all the depth charts. Well, this is just part of the site. They have a lot more with like covering the NFL draft and scouting reports and stuff like that. But here is you could see all the depth charts and see kind of like where players stand, and just in general be able to get the numbers. For example, like if you're going to watch a game, you could bring this up and you could see who's at what position, what number they're wearing, and so it kind of helps you follow the team a little bit. So like here we're looking at the Atlanta Falcons. And then you could also go here and go to archive dates. So I can check out what the depth chart looked like on certain dates. Like I can go here to December 1st and look at what the team looked like. So it's real nice in that sense. rlads does a great job in keeping all these depth charts really up to date. Another site I use a lot is this one called RotoWorld. Specifically the NFL player news page of it, in which they aggregate the news and so just post the news and give kind of their take on it. So like here, the story about Cam Chancellor, who some of you know, Cam Chancellor has been holding out from the Seahawks, wants a new contract, or at least maybe more guaranteed money. So it's real nice way to keep up with everything, and if you're away for a while, nice way to kind of play catch up a little bit too. You can go through, see all the blurbs, and just see what's going on and see what they have to write about it. Like here, Monte Ball went unclaimed on waivers. Falcons released Joe Hawley. So, like I said, it's just a nice way to kind of see everything in one place. And again, RotoWorld just does a real nice job with this. The one downside I've noticed with this site, though, is if I have it up for a certain period of time, sometimes it'll kind of freeze a little bit at a time, or it'll come up where I have to like debug or stop the script as it is. So, but overall, this is just a great site. I love reading the blurbs and reading what's going on. And then last is certainly a real nice one. And then the last site I'm going to talk about is this one. This is more of a platform, or I guess a video site than anything. This is NFL Game Pass. And for those of you out there who are familiar with NFL Game Rewind, this is what Game Rewind is now. They've made a Game Pass which kind of merged Preseason Live and Game Rewind together, so you get all the games in one app. And you can see here you can watch pretty much any game going back to 2009. Now, some of the games are unavailable. Like you see here, I'm looking at the list from Week 1, 2009. Some of these games are unavailable, but for the most part, they're all available. You can go back and watch them at any time. So certainly key for those who just love watching the game, follow their team, or those that really want to get in depth about the game. So there's a couple ways you can watch the game on here. This is the broadcast version of the game. Here we're watching Super Bowl 49. So the broadcast is, kind of what it says. You get the full broadcast version, obviously without the commercials. That's really the only thing it skips. So you can just watch the whole game. So it'll probably take you about 2 hours, roughly. So you could sit there and do that. Or you could watch the condensed version. And as you'll see here, you watch the play, and then you Now sometimes it'll have stuff, but yeah, there you see there, it just jumps right to the next play. So not only they cut out commercials, they cut out a lot of the talk in between plays. They really just show the plays. So you can watch a game in about 30-40 minutes. So if you really wanted to, you can watch all the games in about 8 hours. So again, you can see here, just going through the game pretty quick. And then last, but certainly not least, my favorite part is the coach's film, in which you get and I'll show here, this is the all-22 angle of Super Bowl 49. Now, I know a lot of you aren't too used to watching this angle with the broadcast version, but this is real nice. It lets you see all the players, see what's going on, and really gives you a better sense of what's going on in the game. So, in fact, what I can do is show you once I get there. Or I guess I can just do this. So you can see it takes about an hour. We can go through as I scroll back. I just went. It's like there it is. There is the play. Kind of worked on me a little bit. But here it is. Here is, of course, the play. And you'll get a sense of the two angles. So here's the all-22 angle. And you see there's the interception that won the Super Bowl for the Patriots. And then you'll get the other view, which is the end zone view. So you can see from behind the end zone. Again, give you another good angle of what's going on. This specifically lets you look at things like offensive line splits and defensive fronts, kind of what's going on in the trenches there. So I'll let that run through quick so you can get one more look at the play. So again, there it is. Malcolm Butler with the interception. Patriots win the Super Bowl. And that's it. Those are some of the things I'll be using. Certainly a lot more now that the football season is just a couple days away. First game's Thursday night. So I hope you guys enjoy, and certainly look forward to chatting with you about this and see what you guys have to say. So thanks.